You did make it.
For today,
Hi.
temperatures are going to hold fairly steady, showers and some gusty winds. Tomorrow, more.
Everyone called you all of those.
Okay. Hey, you mind him? You telling that story about
Cut square, above the collar, leave it alone, and cut out a hole for my ear so I can hear. And you can leave the sideburns alone, otherwise the depth of them.
Well, that's my, usually leave one lower than the other one. So
Yeah, I know
that's my trademark.
I know it.
Yeah, I remember that time you said something about that, cutting up that stuff and all them off.
No, it was after the last hurricane we had. And my neighbor had a tree down in his backyard. So I hear his chainsaw working over there, and the whole neighborhood kind of works together a whole lot. So I went over there with my chainsaw and started cutting wood, cutting the trees. Most of the top was in his yard, see. And both of us was cutting. And the underbrush and vines was about knee deep. And of course, with the debris from that tree falling also, it made it kind of deep, you couldn't see the ground. And I was cutting up above my head at an angle and dropping the pieces about 3 feet long to the ground. And one of them hit a hollow log that was laying under the debris. And all of a sudden my face got full of yellow jackets. And you couldn't run in that stuff. You had to walk out into the yard. And the yellow jackets got under the back end of my cap on top of my head and on my hands. And I found out, really found out that you got a blood vessel that runs in between each finger at the knuckle. And the yellow jackets were sitting on them. They were biting and also stinging at the same time, sitting curved. I picked one of them off and threw him off. And he turned around and flew right back on my hand again. So from then on, I just proceeded to squeeze them as I picked them and got them off my hands. And they were still under my cap, took my cap off and sprayed over the head with it. And I counted 26 bumps on my head and neck, back of my neck. Most of them were on the back of my neck. See, you got thick skin back out. And they were on the back of the neck. And I told the man and the wife, I said, well, I reckon I might go to the hospital. I said, I've been stung a whole lot. So I put my saw down, left it there in the yard, and I walked across the street, across my yard, and about halfway in my yard, my knees started buckling like. So I went in the house and went to the bedroom and I called my son and told him what had happened. And I told him to come and get me and take me to the hospital. Well, I got up, I was sitting on the bed, and I got up off the bed and I was thirsty. And I got as far as the hall right at the bathroom door and collapsed. And that was as far as I ever got. I could hear, but I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. It was just like your lungs were half stopped up and you were just breathing real shallow on the top of your lung. They come there, they finally the emergency come, and about the same time my son did. And they give me some type of antidote and put me in an ambulance and carried me to the hospital. And while I was laying at the hospital, while they were working on me there, I started having convulsions. Your feet would start shaking and you could feel the convulsion running all the way up your body. But the funny thing about it, my hand and the head, it did nothing swell from it.
Some haircuts I've been giving you.
Huh?
Some haircuts I've been giving you.
Oh, is that what it is?
Well, I know that. Knowing something stung me like that.
But now I'm supposed to be allergic to bee sting. One sting has been now, I'm subject to die if I don't have an antidote. Of course, I carried an antidote for about a year, and I said, the heck with that. I said, I might as well, as older I am, go. And that's it.
That's scary enough for me. Every time you told me that stuff, I was cringing. I go looking up under the bushes and trees.
Yeah, I watched a barber, a big barber, he was an old man up at 6th Street. And it was a little fat boy got in the chair and he was trying to hold him down and had his hand on top of that child's head, and that young one to reach up and get a hold of one of them fingers and bend it. And squalling, falling everywhere.
First time he came to Florida, first week in January, New Year's Eve. When it starts back up, yeah, it looks shut
That's a good time to go.
Yeah, you get 2 at a time on them, man, they'll fight that.
Oh yeah, give it a little jerk.
That's the first time I ever did that. Well, have a good week, have a good turkey day.
All right.
Yeah. See, I was get a little story about the bees that